Hello everyone, it's Sydney or Autumn Plains and welcome back to the channel. It's the first day of spooky season, first day of fall, let's go. I don't know about you all, but I am super excited and we are actually almost finished with Biscuit. So for the next build that I want to do for this spooky scary season is going to be a graveyard in front of the museum with this beautiful view from here with a nice incline, very elegant yet overgrown. So I just can't wait to get started. So let's get on into it. I thought it very important to start with the perimeter, I could say, of this build. I want it to be very closed in cemetery looking, so first I'm placing these hedges and the ironstone, along with some trees to help it look overgrown. I have limited room since we're almost done with the island, so of course I've got to squeeze this in as best as I can. I now have my fencing and some trees placed. I've got the incline and museum placed. I tried my best to line up the museum entrance and the incline. Personally, just don't think that they line up at all. I don't think it's possible. So what I am planning to do is add some trees and some structural stuff, like maybe some pergolas or maybe some fountains or statues. Anything to kind of just hide the fact that that entrance doesn't quite line up with the incline. And also just add some decorative stuff to our cemetery. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm adding trees in front of the museum to kind of hide the front of it, but also add that overgrown look. Same with these cliffs that I've put on the side. I'm putting some trees, some hedges, and some other decorative kind of stuff to just really fill in the space and really go for that overgrown aesthetic. I'm using this fence cutout standee that a friend had sent to me. I like it because it matches the grass and the hedges here in the fall time, and the iron fence just really completes that cemetery look. Don't mind Billy back here, just kinda ignoring the fact that I'm struggling, not even offering to help. Using those cutout standees to frame the back of the build just makes this look a lot less empty to me. I'm using the broken pillars and the decorated pillars to keep that aesthetic going that I was going for, to keep everything cohesive, but also to cover up the things like the banners and everything else about the museum that I'm not too thrilled to see. I'm putting in these giant vines for some vertical height and for something a little spooky. And then I'm putting down the Western style stones in a little pattern, kind of like how I think a cemetery or a graveyard would look. Unfortunately, the fallen leaf path that I was using was overwritten by the creator when I went to try a new one, so I'm using Colin's leafy path instead. I'll put the link in the description. I'm putting this decayed tree on top to keep the spooky vibes. I honestly didn't think this was going to be part of the final build, but I couldn't resist it. I'm placing pathing in the middle of the build for the Valiant statue to go on top of. When I think of cemeteries, I think of all the gorgeous statues that are in them, especially the angelic ones with the wings and everything. It's really hard to navigate and walk around, but I think the outcome is worth it. The front of the build honestly took me the longest. The whole build actually took me 7 hours to finalize. The front took me 4 hours on its own. I really wanted the front of this build to give off vibes from The Nightmare Before Christmas, Hocus Pocus, Over the Garden Wall, and those are just to name a few bits of inspiration. At first I was using the jail bars, but that looked really empty on its own, and it didn't give me that stony, iron fencey kind of look that I was looking for. Eventually, I had the idea to put the ruined arches in front of the fences. The jail bars ended up being too tall, so I scrapped that part of the idea completely. I am very proud of how the ruined arches with the fences look, but I still wanted to add something that helped this look overgrown, elegant, and spooky all at the same time. I put the vines that I have under the pumpkins throughout the island as vines growing off of the street lamps with banners. I don't have the code space for the other vines that I've seen online, so I think this worked out nicely. I wanted pumpkins involved in this build like I do almost all over the island, so I feel the spooky towers were a perfect fit. It really helps close in that front entrance and really adds to that spooky ambiance of the front of the graveyard. I'm placing the flowers that are in my pockets around the graveyard just because it's something that I think I would see in the graveyard besides on the graves, and I like the idea of this being, like I said before, very overgrown, and I feel flowers and weeds really add to the aesthetic. Since this is where we'll be viewing the museum from, I wanted here to be decorated as well. I added two of my favorite paintings, which are the flowery painting and the sinking painting. I thought maybe the viewpoint would make a nice plein air painting sort of area. I don't know, maybe I'm just weird. After adding items here and there to make the area look more lived in, I finished it up with flowers, coats, and weeds. That brings us to the end of our speed build. I think that this turned out gorgeous, better than I ever imagined, and I am so excited for this island to be complete, and I think it's so gorgeous. Thank you all so much for joining me today on the speed build. I have my socials and my card linked in the description below if you want to continue to follow me elsewhere. I also stream on Twitch, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, ring that bell so that you'll be notified every time that I post. I look forward to making more spooky content now that the fall season is officially here, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye!